My name is Anna, and today I will be talking about text summarization with attention. Text summarization is defined as the mapping of an input text to a shorter output text that preserves the meaning of the original. From being able to summarize news articles to generate headlines, to extracting information from medical documents or scientific journals, to summarizing novels, course notes, or personal conversations, text summarization is a challenging but very useful task. There are currently two main approaches in the field, extractive and abstractive. Extractive summarization looks to select the best set of words or sentences in the input text that, put together, give a condensed meaning of that text. Simply put, it is looking for words in the initial text to copy and paste together. In contrast, abstractive summarization looks to generate a more comprehensive summary by allowing the use of new words or sentences not found in the initial text. This allows for paraphrasing and better generalization, the increased complexity producing more human-like summaries. Abstractive approaches usually make use of the sequence-to-sequence models, which have two main components, an encoder to capture information from the input text and a decoder which handles the generation of the summary. During decoding, the summary is generated one word at a time, and the last generated word is fed as an input to the next state of the decoder. Every hidden state of the decoder is a function dependent on the input text and the previous hidden state. Attention is a mechanism that forces the decoder to pay attention to a particular part of the encoder when generating the output of a new state. An attention vector is generated over the states of the encoder, which gives an attention distribution. The new hidden state is then computing as a function of this new attention distribution in the previous hidden state. Simply put, an attention mechanism enables the model to pay attention to particular parts of the input, similarly to highlighting relevant parts from a text. C et al. Propose an interesting model, a combination of extractive and abstractive approaches. They propose a pointer-generated network which, with a probability p, copies words from the input text through a pointer, and with probability 1 minus p, produces new words through a generator. My project draws heavily on this work and aims to experiment with different types of attention. One of the types of attention I consider is bidirectional attention. In bidirectional attention, attention flows both from the input text to the generated summary and vice versa. The first attention computed goes from the decoder to the encoder states, just like in the basic attention mechanism. This tells us which part of the input text the generator should focus on. Then, we also compute an attention distribution from the encoder to the decoder, which tells us which part of the generated summary each of the words in the input is focused on. Our prediction for the next word is a function depending on these two attention vectors and the previous hidden state. The idea is inspired from a very high-performing model for question answering, which gives very competitive results in the squad dataset. The next type of attention I consider is co-attention. Co-attention is very similar to bidirectional attention flow, except that it involves an extra level of attention that involves attending over the attention outputs themselves. Basically, after computing the attentions from the encoder to the decoder and vice versa, there is an extra layer of attention between the two. The prediction for the next word is a function depending on this attention vector mechanism and the previous hidden state. This is also a very high-performing model on the squad dataset. I am using the CNN Daily Mail dataset, which contains articles of about 780 words on average, with summaries of about 56 words on average. The training set contains over 280K pairs, with validation over 13K pairs and test over 11K pairs. The metrics for evaluation are rouge N, which is a measure of overlap of n-grams between the predicted and reference summaries, and rouge L, which takes into consideration the longest common subsequence. The pointer-generated network proposed by C et al. Provides our current baseline. Final results on the entire dataset are still in the process, but will be available in the final report. Thank you.